Hello, today we will be making this video. So let's start. Open a blank project in Cinema 4D and then firstly insert a floor. Next, go over here and insert a sphere and change the segment value of this sphere to 100. Click on coordinates and change the y value to 100. Zoom out. Next, go to MoGraph and click on Voronoi fracture. So here is our Voronoi fracture. Click on a sphere and make it a child of Voronoi fracture. Perfect. This looks good. Next, go to MoGraph and bring a cloner. Our cloner is here. Now click on this Voronoi fracture and make child of our cloner. Now click on this cloner. Go to object. Make sure that the mode is linear. Increase this count value to 4 and change this x value to 600 and y value to 0 and zoom out. So this is our cloner. Next we will make a pattern. So click on this cube and insert a cube and change the x value to 10 centimeter and keep y 200 and z 200 and here is our cube. Next go to MoGraph and bring a cloner and then make this cube child of this cloner. Now rename this cloner to cloner underscore pattern and rename this other cloner to cloner underscore VF for Voronoi fracture. Now click on this cloner pattern, keep the mode to linear, increase the count to 120 and change this x value to 20 and y value to 0 and z 0. So this is how our pattern now looks like. Now click on coordinates and move this back to minus 200 and move it up to 400. Now next go to this Voronoi fracture, go to sources, click on this point generator and delete it. Click delete on your keyboard. Next drag this cloner pattern and drop it on this sources. And this is how the pattern looks like on our sphere. Next we will hide this pattern. So go to this cloner pattern and double click on this top dot and also on double click on bottom dot. So now our cloner pattern is hidden. Next we will make a hammer. So click on this cube, bring it up, go to display and click on Gouraud shading lines. Zoom in and increase this segment value to 3. Keep y as 1 only and increase z value to 3 and change this x to 180, y to 140 and z also 140. Click on fillet, increase fillet radius to 5 centimeter and fillet subdivision to 5. Zoom in and this is how it looks like. Next make this cube editable by clicking on this make editable button and then click on this polygons and select this top polygon here. Then right click and click extrude and then extrude and change this offset value to 2 to 5. So this is how our hammer looks like. Next click on this edges, zoom out a bit and select this 4 edges. Click E on your keyboard and select this one. Use shift key and select all of them together. Now rotate and select the fourth one also. Use shift key. Perfect. Now zoom in, right click and click bevel Now increase this subdivision to 10 and change this offset value to 20 centimeter like this. Okay, this looks good. Click E on your keyboard and click somewhere outside. Now we will make colored material for this hammer. So come over here, double click on this material manager and double click on this, and then on this color, click on this RGB and change this R value to 232, G value to 14 and B value to 28. So this is our red color. Now go to reflectance, click on layers, click on add and click reflection legacy. Then click on layer 1 and decrease this roughness to 0% and decrease this brightness value to 30%. Perfect. So this looks good. This is our red color for hammer. Now drag and drop this material on this hammer. Now we will make another colored material. So Ctrl C, click on this material, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Now double click on this and click on color. Click on this spectrum and change this color to blue. Okay, this looks good. Close it. Now we will make this handle as a blue colored material. So go to select and select loop selection and then click on this polygons. Come over here and select this. Then right click on this blue material and apply. Now click E on your keyboard and select this top surface and go to this blue material, right click and apply. So now our hammer is ready. Zoom out, go to display and select Gouraud shading. Now we will make gold colored material for our spheres. So double click on this material manager, double click on this newly created material, come to color, click on this RGB, click once again and then on this R, change this value to 170, G to 95 and B to 35. So this will be our brown color. Next go to reflectance, click on layers, click on add, click reflection legacy, click on layer 1, change this average value to metal. Now go to this textures, go to surfaces and select this metal. Double click on this blue color. There will be two color over here. So double click here, click on RGB and change this value to 200, 130 and 5. Click OK. Double click on this other blue material and change this R value to 230, G to 175 and 100. Click OK. So this will be our gold material. Click here to go back. Go to texture, click on copy shader and go to bump, check, go to texture and paste shader and change the strength to 10% and close this. Now go to this Voronoi fracture, go to objects, uncheck this colorize fragments and drag this gold material and drop on this Voronoi fracture. So this is how our gold material now looks like. Now we will make material for our floor. So click on this red material, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Double click on this newly created red material. Go to color and select a pink color. Okay, this looks good. And change the brightness to, go to reflectance and change this brightness to 10% and close this. Now drag and drop this color on this floor. Perfect. This looks good. Now come over here, double click on this cube and rename it to hammer. Now go to MoGraph and bring in cloner and make this hammer the child of this cloner and rename this cloner to cloner underscore hammer. Now click on this cloner hammer, change this mode to radial, decrease this count to 4, change this radius to 600 and change this plane from XZ to ZY. Okay, this is how it looks like. Now move it upward, go to coordinates and change this Y value to 700. Next, we will bring a null object. So click here and click null. Now select on this cloner pattern and drag it and make it a child of null. Similarly, drag this cloner VF and make it a child of null. Now we have this null object with child cloner VF and cloner pattern. Minimize this cloner pattern. Next, click on this null and change this X value to minus 3300, minus 3300. This will move it backward. Now click on this cloner hammer and change this X value to minus 1000. Next, zoom in. Okay, this looks good. Now we will animate our hammer cloner. So click on this cloner hammer and next go to this frames and increase this frames to 210 and expand this. Now make sure you are on frame 0. Click on cloner hammer and then we will use this rotation P value to rotate it like this. Okay. So on frame 0, enter this value as 0 and make it a keyframe. Then move your pointer to the last frame, that is 210 frame, and change this P value to 420 degrees. Enter and make it a keyframe. Now go back to your frame 0 and play your animation. Okay, this looks good. Just stop it, go back to frame 0 and we will make a minor correction here. Right click on this P value, go to animation and click on show F curve. Bring it over here, click somewhere in between and click Ctrl plus A on your keyboard and then click on this linear. This will make our animation smooth and then close this. Now let's play our animation. Perfect. So this looks good. Stop it, go back to frame 0 and now we will animate our null object. So click on this null object. Make sure that you are on frame 0 and then keyframe this X value. Click here. Now move to frame number 45 over here and change this X value to minus 2700 and then make it a keyframe. Now right click on this X, go to animation and show F curve. Bring it over here, click on somewhere in between, click Ctrl A on your keyboard and make it linear. Now click on this position X and come over here on this after value, change this to offset repeat and change repetition to 4 and close this. Now let's play our animation. Okay, this looks good. Stop it, go back to frame 0. Now we will change our project setting. So click Ctrl D on your keyboard and this will bring up this project settings over here. Go to dynamics, go to expert and change this steps per frame to 20. Now this will make our animation quite smooth. Next we will insert some of simulation tags. So go to floor, right click, select simulation tag and make it collider body. And over here change this bounce value to 0 and friction value to 0. Next go to this cloner hammer, right click, simulation tag and make it a collider body. Next go to this Voronoi fracture, right click, simulation tag and make it a rigid body. And over here on this trigger value change it to on collision and click on this collision and make sure that value is bounce value is 5% and friction value is 90%. Now let's play our animation. Click on this play button. Perfect. This looks good. Now we will do some scene setup. So stop your animation, go back to frame 0 and then zoom out. Click a cube, then click on this object and change X value to 3, Y value to 2000 and Z value to 4000 and move this backward, little bit up and then backward. Move it upward and fix it on the floor. Okay, this looks good. Next, click on this, click Ctrl C and Ctrl V and then bring this forward. Now go to this coordinate and change this H value to 90. Now move this little bit backward, push it further, move it here. Okay, this looks good. Now again click on this, Ctrl C plus Ctrl V and drag it towards this side. Okay, this looks good. Now we will make material for this walls. So go to this material manager, double click over here, double click on this newly created material, click on this color, click on this RGB, click once again and change this R value to 250, G value to 216 and B to 92. This is the yellow color we will be using. Now go to reflectance, click on layers, click on add, click on reflection legacy, click on layer 1 and change this specular strength to 0 and change this brightness value to 4%. Click on texture and click on Fresnel and then change this mix strength to 3% and close this. Now drag this material over here on this wall and this wall and this wall. Now let's play our animation one more time. Click on play button. Okay, this looks good. Stop your animation, go back to frame 0 and now we will do some render settings. So go to this render button, go to effect, select global illumination, again click on effect and select ambient occlusion and here change this accuracy to 100% and maximum samples to 128. Then go to output and change this preset to film video and select this HDTV 1080 and over here on this frame range select all frames and go to save, select a file location from here, select a folder in your desktop and then name it and click save and then change this format to JPG and close this. Next go over here and insert a physical sky. Next we will insert couple of area lights. So come over here on this light and click on this area light. Now here is our area light. Bring it upward, bring it little back and push it backward here. Now click on this light and Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Click on this light one and move it towards this side. And this looks good. Zoom in and let's play our animation last time. Okay, perfect. This looks good. Go back to frame 0 and click on this render button. Click here. And this is how the output will look like. This will take some time, maybe 30 seconds or 20 seconds per frames. but the output quality will be awesome. And this is how the final output will look like. So let it render for all the frames, and then you can use these frames to make a video in Premiere Pro. So thanks for watching my video. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and have a good day. Thank you.